Hello, everybody. Chef Marcus Guiliano here. Welcome to In the Weeds. In the Weeds, everything you need to know for restaurant operators. Let's see. So today is episode number 34. Are freebies killing your business? Before we jump into that, go over and check out restaurantgrowthsecretsuniversity.com. That's where all of my content is. Some amazing content to help you fall in love with your restaurant again, make life easier, take more time off. Make more money. It's the formula that I've used. It's everything I do in my restaurants. The difference with me and other restaurant coaches and consultants are I own a restaurant. I do this. I know it works. I know it doesn't work. I try it. I share my experiences. So you're getting advice from a true restaurateur who loves to share and help others. All right, episode number 34, are freebies killing your business? A lot of restaurant operators have been saying to me, Marcus, don't want to give away anything free. It creates the wrong clientele, the wrong crowd. It creates the wrong people that are coming to my restaurant, and I don't want to do it. When you talk to the marketing side of me, when you talk to marketers, you're like, well, you need to give something. You need to provide a lead magnet. You need a loss leader. You need to do something, give something away for free to get people in the door. I want to jump into that and talk about the good and the bad of both. All right. So first off, yes, people want a bargain, and some people will take advantage of a bargain. Some people will take advantage of your offers. There are places to offer good deals to people, discounts, prices, freebies, and there are places you don't do that to people. So there's certain things that attract people to be cheap, like Groupon type platforms allow people to go in and buy bargains. Clipper magazine. It allows people to go in and get the bargain of the week and then jump ship from you to somebody else who has the bargain next week. Restaurant weeks all throughout the country are the same process. You know, the restaurant week is 2 weeks. Go visit as many restaurants you can and spend $30 a person for 3 courses. And then we'll see you next year when restaurant week launches again. Until the meantime, I probably won't see you again. And that's the reality of a lot of these freebies. Now, if you can get a freebie to work for you in a positive way to the right people who are your clientels already, your clientele already is it's called retargeting. People have been into your door and you're retargeting them. Now, other industries have done this forever. Marriott, the hotels all do this. They all do this. Airlines, frequent flyer miles. The more you shop, the more you get in rewards and discounts. In freebies. So if you can set something up there's a reason why these companies do this. These industries do this because it works. So let's jump into this. Quick story. I'm 18 or 19 years old. My friend's father owns a grocery store. I'm cooking at the time. I know the cost on some things. I see in the weekly flyer, my friend's father's grocery store has cheesecake for like $1 a piece. I know it costs like $1.10 to buy it a piece because it's the same brand. I'm like, hey, bro, man, your dad's losing money. He's actually losing money on that. And he's like, I don't know, what he pays us now. I'm like, no, I know what he pays. Like, look, this is what it costs from a distributor. Now, he probably bought it from a different distributor and probably paid less than I could have paid because he was in some big buying program. But the bottom line is it's around the same ballpark, right? The idea was he was creating something that people would come into a store. So I spoke to his father about it, and he goes, Marcus, what I'm doing is I'm giving people a reason to come in. They're coming in to buy this, and they're buying other things. They're filling up their shopping cart. I can't give them a discount on everything, but I can give them a discount on one thing or a handful of things that we bought through a program to bring the prices down and get people in the door. It's called a loss leader. And I'm like, loss leader, sounds good. He goes, even if I were to lose money or break even on it, they're going to spend a much more above and beyond what they're coming in to buy. Because once they're in your door, they're in your door. I'm like, that makes so sense. That makes so much sense. Now, fast forward, I'm a restaurant owner, and I'm trying to create loss leaders that are profitable on both sides and make the guests want to come back. So here's the story, folks, on are freebies killing your business? So yes and no. No if they're done right. Yes if they're done wrong. Yes if they're sent to the wrong people. No if they're sent to the right people. And so here's the proper way to do great offers to the right people. So create a loss leader. Dollar oysters are a great example. I get dollar oysters. I buy 36 oysters, 48 oysters. I buy 3, 4, 5 dozen oysters. They're losing money on me, or they're not making money on me, right? Because oysters cost currently right now 80 cents a piece. They have to, shuck them, purge them, all that kind of stuff, put some labor into them. They're not making money on that, and not at all. That they're making money on is an $18 glass of wine as opposed to a $12 glass of wine or to a $9 glass of wine. They're, in my mind, they can charge me more for the other things because I'm getting such a great deal for the oysters. I don't care about the price on the other things. So for me, it's irrelevant. And for most people, it's irrelevant. It's the same psychology as buying a half bottle of wine versus a full bottle of wine. People will look at the same producer, half bottle at $30 or full bottle at 60. And for 60, it's hard for people to swallow. I don't want to spend $60 on a bottle of wine. Let me just get 2 glasses. We'll get the half bottle for 30. They drink it. They're like, you know what? Let's get another half bottle. Before you know it, they spent the same, if not more, on 2 half bottles of wine than they would have on a full bottle of wine. But because the brain is funny and how it processes things, and it doesn't equate, and they're not upset. So when you put out a loss leader, when you put a product up that you want to draw people in, you need to strategize that they're going to buy other things and have the prices priced accordingly to what makes you money. You're not expected to lose money on everything you're doing, right? And a lot of restaurateurs are afraid to charge. So number one thing I hear from restaurateurs, Marcus, I can't charge anymore. I can't charge anymore. I can't charge anymore. Folks, my restaurant is in a small, very small, depressed town. For many years it was here. And I heard, well, you just can't charge. You can't charge. Yes, you can. You have every right to charge. Do good food, do good service, create an amazing offer, amazing freebie, and you can make it work. Totally make it work. So now, for me, my big freebie is a free steak dinner. It's a $30 value. And people are like, Marcus, how are you doing a free steak dinner? Other restaurant owners like, that's crazy. You're stupid. Well, if people are using it all the time and they're coming in and they're spending far more, and I've raised my prices on my most popular dishes, some $3, $4 more to offset that, just like that expensive glass of wine with the oysters. And people are bringing friends back for their birthday. And they're so excited and they're happy. Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? So most restaurants have no problem placing an ad for $500 and seeing 0 results, but think they have to be seen because it's branding. But imagine branding with $500 of steak dinners. What it cost you to buy steak, a strip steak, put it on a plate. Imagine if you took $500 worth of wholesale product and said, you know what? I'm going to give away 100 dinners this month. And people that use it spend, I don't know, in my case, it's $112 to average check on a $30, $5 cost of goods going into the thing, if that. If you looked at it that way, you would say, I don't like, there's Marcus, I wouldn't give away $500 worth of steak. I'd give away $1,000 worth of steak. I'd give away $2,000 worth of steak, because if I know it's going to yield me back 4, 5, 6 times of what I'm putting into it, I'd be stupid not to. As long as my food cost is in line, which means raise your prices, keep them at a proper price. Why wouldn't I want my restaurant packed all the time? It's a no-brainer. So this is the instance where you're going to your list who's targeted, people that have been with you before, or people have a birthday. Facebook ads, birthday leads, great way to go. But you're going to find the best results from the people who've already been in your door. So then you do direct mail, postcards, but first great. Emails aren't that so great. Digital offers get lost now. Mailboxes have now become empty again because everybody's going digital. They think they're saving money. What do you mean? I can save a stamp? That's great. Press button, send, get an email in. That's not getting much results. There's no saving money on that. There's no saving money. You lose money when things don't work, right? When things work, you make money. Folks, advertising is an investment in your business. Giving away a free dinner meal on somebody's birthday is an investment. It creates loyalty. It creates revenue. It creates a buzz. It creates marketing. It is an investment. So what we did was we launched a $30 steak. Previously, our $30 steak was a ribeye. We bring in a strip steak, which is less to put on the plate. We raise the ribeye price $4. We raise our tuna $4. We raise our other things $3-4. The most popular dishes. Party of 4 comes in. One person gets a free entree. The other people are spending money on entrees that are now $3 to $4 more. That covers my cost of goods going to the steak dinner plus extra, right? So higher check averages. People are happier. People are getting the reward. The reward bias is the number one reason why people buy. Charlie Munger came up with 25 reasons why people love to buy, and the reward bias is number one. What is in it for me? For me as a restaurant owner, what's in it for me is the revenue and all the other things I mentioned previously. So to the right person, a freebie and offer is amazing. Now, if I were to put out free $30 on your birthday, what that would do is that would allow them to spend $30 anywhere, but I've limited it to one item. I've limited to a $30 steak dinner, something, the wow factor. Wow. If they're vegetarian, I give them a vegetarian dish, but they don't get any more money. If they spend $22 on a vegetarian dish, they're not getting $8 to spend somewhere else. If you gave them $30, they would have $8 to spend somewhere else, right? So now you lock them into the steak dinner. They're getting a great deal. They're buying more wine. They're buying more beer. They're buying more appetizers. They're bringing more people to celebrate. Super targeted. When you go back to the Groupon, they have no loyalty to you. Their loyalty is to their wallet, and they're going to save money every week with who's ever putting out a Groupon type or deal. Clipper, they're waiting for the magazine to come in, and that's it. So you see the difference? Freebies will kill your business to the wrong crowd. Freebies are an investment to a retargeted, highly targeted group that is already your clientele's. It is an investment, folks. You have to look at it like that. That's plain and simple. Create the right offer, test it, tweak it. You're always allowed to tweak an offer. If people aren't responding to this, do something else. If people are really responding to it, maybe I don't need to do a steak anymore. Maybe I need to do a burger. It's $10 less, isn't it? I don't have to give away a $30 entree. I could give away a $20 burger, $18 burger. Oh, let me try it a couple months and see what happens. You're allowed to tweak it. But if you're giving out a free dessert, a lot of restaurants give out a free dessert. It's not the wow factor, unless your dessert is amazing, right? It's not quite the wow factor, but a free dessert to a targeted audience will work better than a free dessert to a non-targeted audience. Folks, your database is king. Your list is king. You need a database. You need people in the database. You need to know their spendings. There's so much technology that does that nowadays. Years ago, you used to walk into a restaurant, there was a goldfish bowl. Drop your card here to win this. Drop your card here for your birthday. Fill out this for your birthday. You would drop that in and you would never, ever, ever get a response from a restaurant. It just never happened because they didn't have the technology, or they didn't, and it still happens today because they do have the technology, but they don't have the desire, or they don't have they're just lazy. They don't understand the value of what's in there, what's in it for them. So you give your information and you get zero, you get nothing, and that's it. So highly targeted list, great offer is an investment that will grow your business like nothing else ever. And you're already spending the money on a lot of things that aren't working. So when it comes to anything in life, there's always one big thing that works. What's your one big thing? It's the 80-20 rule. 20% of your activities produce 80% of your income, right? So figure out the one thing. Birthdays are the one thing that will create the most income, and you keep doing it, you keep improving it, and you do more and more of it. If you do marketing, and I know it's great to do diverse marketing across the board, and that's key, but if you figure out the one thing by doing an ROI and graphing things out, and then you can see, well, if that's working, why don't I keep doing it? It's the same thing. If you're an athlete and you know the one thing that you eat works great, then you keep eating that one thing, right? It's like Popeye. We knew spinach worked for Popeye. Why would Popeye try broccoli or cauliflower? The one thing, Popeye's one thing was spinach. What is your one thing? And literally take it to the point where it's almost abused, where it's almost fun games where you're like, wow, this is so easy to do. Super easy to do. And that's when these become a true asset and a true investment. Folks, head over to restaurantgrowthrough-goods-university.com. Check out more tools, tips, tricks on how to fall in love with your restaurant, run your restaurant, get more time, and just have a more profitable business all around. Thanks for tuning in. Please rate this, share it with somebody who you might think, even if this wasn't for you, share it with somebody who you might think could benefit from this, somebody in the restaurant industry, somebody who wants to become a chef, somebody who wants to become a restaurant owner, share it and drop us a comment, leave us a rating. Thank you much for everybody for tuning in. Until next time.